अच्छा,
आपका ही प्रोग्राम आएगा, दूसरा कार्यक्रम शुरू होगा।
हाँ हाँ ठीक,
आपका भजन आएगा इसके बाद।
हाँ आने वाला है। हाँ
जो लोग
प्रेजेंटेशन
आगे
करते हैं।
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अभी जो भजन आपने सुना वो हमारे कार्यक्रम में शामिल नहीं था, मगर वो हम सब अभी थोड़े एक शब्द है अंग्रेजी में जो कई बाबा लवर यूज़ करते हैं, कॉम्प्लेसेंसी, कि हम ढीले हो जाते हैं, सोचते हैं फॉर ग्रांटेड कि ये तो ऐसा ही है,
इसके बराबर नहीं आ रहा।
तो उसके जगाने के लिए बाबा को बार बार आना पड़ता, और इसलिए समाधि में वही संदेश लिखा है, कम टू अवेकन। तो अभी उन्होंने आप सबको जागृत कर दिया। अब आप आगे के कार्यक्रम के लिए तैयार हो जाए और धीरे धीरे सब लोग जुड़ते जा रहे हैं। अभी हमारा आज सुबह का जो कार्यक्रम है उसमें सबसे पहले बाबा का माल्यार्पण किया गया, और उसके बारे में ये जो कार्यक्रम अब शुरू होने वाला है, ये अभी जो आपके सामने हुआ ये बोनस पॉइंट था। उनको एक एक्स्ट्रा बाबा ने चांस दिया, उनसे खुश हैं ज़्यादा, तो उनको ये अवसर मिला। मगर अभी हमारा जो वास्तविक कार्यक्रम है वो इस प्रोग्राम के बारे में आपको सूचना देंगे हमारे श्रीधर भाई साहब। तो आप सबकी ओर से मैं उनको आमंत्रित करता हूं कि वो ये जो आज का अभी का सुबह का कार्यक्रम है, जिसमें हम लोगों ने कुछ चुने हुए सेंटर्स को 20-20 मिनट का समय दिया कि वो आकर अपने सेंटर के प्रेजेंटेशंस करें। और ये लोग जो आपके सामने बैठे हैं इसलिए बैठे हैं कि ये इनका सबसे पहले नंबर इन्हीं का आने वाला है, अहमदनगर सेंटर का। तो वो स्टेज छोड़ के जाएं फिर आएँ तो अच्छा है कि वो आपके सामने बैठे रहें। और श्रीधर भाई साहब को मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं कि वो इस कार्यक्रम के संबंध में आपको बताएं।
कल से हमारा ये 2 दिन का प्रोग्राम शुरू हुआ है, और कल हमने काफ़ी दिलचस्प बातें सुनी, प्रेजेंटेशंस अबाउट बिलोवेड बाबाज कमिंग हियर ऑन 4th of May। तो थोड़ी उसके साथ लिंक होके फिर हम आगे जाएंगे। कल एक बात हम सब ने सुनी कि 4 मई 1923 को सुबह को अदी ने बाबा को बोला कि ये जो गेस्ट सब आए हुए शादी में, बाबा had come here to attend the wedding of Rustam Amfreni, whose engagement was done a few days before at Manzil in Baba's presence, and Baba had come as an honored guest for this wedding which is monthly। और हमारी कल्चर ऐसा है we honor the guest. Whatever guest does, we tolerate it. We do not criticize our guest. But here, something totally different happened. यहाँ कुछ उल्टा हो गया कि आदि ने बोला बाबा को कि बाबा ये लोग आपके बारे में बहुत खराब रीत्या बोल रहे हैं. They are criticizing you, especially his maternal uncle Gulma, his brother. Abhi criticism was nothing new to Baba. Even when Baba was in Manzil, there was a lot of adverse published in the press. And many times Baba's Mandli had said कि Baba, shall we go yonder? ये जो प्रेस में लिखते हैं, क्या हम उसका एक हमारे तरफ से एक्सप्लेनेशन देंगे कि बाबा ने बोला ऐसा कुछ मत करो, वो लोग मेरा काम कर रहे हैं. They are spreading my name. People like to hear adverse things, but from that adverse things, whoever wants to find out more about me will try to find out. वो ऐसा नहीं बोलेगा कि ये क्या मत देखना, सच क्या है, because whatever comes in the newspaper is not always true. There are many exaggerated stories, many wrong things have been also put up. So Baba said, don't do anything. Let them say whatever it is. Even in Bangalore also, at the time of opening of this University Center at Bairamangala, from 1937 and 1938, lots of criticism on the papers there, and that Colonel Irani, Meherabad maternal uncle, he along with one lawyer at Bangalore, they had held meetings also there, just to tell people Meher is a fraud and he is defrauding the government by taking all this land from them free and everything. What of so many different things were being said about Baba. But there also Baba says, don't answer the criticism. Let them criticize whatever they want. So here also, I don't know why Baba took that criticism very seriously. Another thing I do not know is, Gulma has already told Baba about offering this Meherabad place to him for his ashram, because at Manzil M, Baba had said, I would like to settle down ashram somewhere. The place should not be very close to the city, but not far out from the city also. This is some shelter should be available, and drinking water should be available. Only these 2 or 3 conditions Baba had placed. And this place was ideal. The old building, the dilapidated were there, and Gulmai could have easily got them repaired. The well was there for water, so everything was available. And Baba was here, I think, much before 4th of May. On 27th of April, I think he came to Ahmednagar. He went twice. He went to Happy Valley also in between in this period. So he had ample time at his disposal to come and see this place which Gulma was offering him. But he did not do that. We don't know why. It is, there's a saying, Hazaro Pandit, Hazaro Shane, Khuda ki batein Khuda hi jane. There are thousands of wise men, thousands of learned men, but God's ways only God knows. So why Baba wanted to create this drama on 4th of May and suddenly, abruptly leave Khushru quarters and start and walk out, making his Mandli 5 or 6 followers who were there run after him, dropping whatever they were doing. There must be some reason which we do not know. Only he will know. One probable reason I feel is Baba wanted to tell those who were criticizing him, I don't care for you. You go on criticizing me the way you want, but I will go on doing my work. Whatever work I am destined to do, I will do that. And that is, I believe, what happened. And that is why on 4th of May, Baba came to Meherabad. It was to happen someday, but happened on 4th of May. Another thing, yesterday एक और बोलना चाहता हूँ मैं, वो गंगाराम पवार की बात हुई कि बाबा जब भी आए थे यहाँ पे तो भूखे थे, प्यासे थे, they wanted some food, and there was nothing here at that time in Arangaon. And 2 of his Mandlis, Samson and thing, they went to the village to find out whether they can get some food. and they knocked on the door of Gangaram Pawar. Now, Gangaram Pawar had some past connection definitely with Baba, because this episode did not stop at Gangaram Pawar giving bhakri and bucket to Baba. No. Gangaram Pawar became father of Baba. He became his first disciple, this from Arangao. He was the first disciple from Arangao. And he was a carpenter by profession. और वहाँ वो मेहराबाद के निर्माण में उन्होंने काफ़ी हाथ बढ़ाया. So much so, he was the most senior person, I would believe, among Baba's Mandli at that time. So he was called Azoba. He was called grandfather. बाबा ने काफ़ी लोगों को ऐसे निकनेम दिए हैं. आपने देखो बाबा के आश्रम, आई एम गोइंग लिटिल असाइड, बाबा के आश्रम में 3 महिलाएं मणि नाम की थी. बाबा की सिस्टर वॉज मणि, Erachi's sister was Mani, and Mani Desai from Navsari, she was also Mani. So to identify 3 different Manis, Baba changed their name. He kept his sister's name Mani, but Erachi's sister Mani was from Nagpur, so he started calling her Manpur. And because Mani Desai was from Navsari, he started calling her Mansari. So this is how Baba used to give, even his male Mandli also. If you see, everybody has a nickname. Padri, Pendu. Padri was a tall, used to wear white clothes, so he was like a priest, Christian priest, so he was being called Padri. Pendu once was swaying during the prayers or arti, something. His name was Aspandyar actually. So somebody said he swayed like a pendulum. So from that day onward, he was being called Pendu. So this is how it happened. So similarly, this Gangaram Pawar was called Azoba in the ashram, and his name is there on the memorial tower. If you see the memorial tower, Gangaram's name also is there. Baba did not forget him while writing the name. By that time, he was already dead. But while writing the names for memorial tower, Baba remembered it. So the Lord remembers everybody, whoever comes to him. And Baba says, you do not come to me, I bring you to me. Your past connection must be there, somewhere there. So इसकी ऐसा ही हो गया कि Gangaram Pawar was, that food was only an instrument to bring Gangaram Pawar to Baba. हमने काफ़ी सुना है, Baba many times traveled hundreds of miles just to meet one person whom he wanted to bring in contact. So ऐसा होता है कि this is what happens, God's ways for God's ways. So this is little going back to this yesterday's history of Meherabad, starting how Meherabad started. Now, today's program, I do not take much time because we are already running a little late. We started because of people were not there with the bhajan. So a lot of people wanted to give their presentations, but time constraint is also there. You know, it was when we conceived this program, everybody said in the month of May it's going to be so hot, why do you want to call these people? Why don't you hold this program somewhere in November or October? But by Baba 4 मई को आए थे इधर पूरे समर हीट में, so हम should not we experience what sort of weather he must have experienced when he come here. So let us, with little inconvenience, I would say, we said that let us hold the program on the same day. We will experience how Lord, our beloved Lord, never cared about his own health, his own comfort. If you hear about his travels also, he will always travel on crowded trains, second, third class, unreserved. टुडे हमको कहाँ जाना है तो हम 4 महीने पर रिजर्वेशन करते, रिजर्वेशन नहीं मिलता, बोलते हैं कैसे जाएंगे अभी. But Baba's program would change so many times. He will say, I'm going, we have decided to go north, suddenly will say, let us go south. So always this sort of happened, and he traveled in the most uncomfortable circumstances. Even when he went abroad also, he never booked a luxurious cabin. He used to book the cheapest available seats. He never spent money on himself. So this was his, while helping people, he would spend liberally. Baba ने एक दिन बोला था कि we don't know how much money has passed from this hand. Though he never touched the money. There used to be a circle in Mandi would say, Baba, there is no money, nothing left. Baba says what to do. Just make do whatever it is, dal, rice, dal. Change of food. In the morning you eat rice and dal, in the evening you dal and rice. That is the change, you would say. Okay, but at the same time, suddenly we'll call Adi and tell, oh, such and such person needs some money, send him 5,000 rupees. And Adi would say, Baba, just now I told there's no money, and you want me to say 5,000 rupees somewhere? He said, Baba, send. And money would come, Baba said. So this is used to happen. So this is little discomfort. Let us bear with it and enjoy this second day of this program. Luckily, yesterday in the afternoon when we came here, the Baba showered his grace for a few seconds, I would say, and made it little cooler for us. I hope today also there is some cloudy weather is predicted. There need not be rain, but it could be cloud so that we have little respite from the heat. So coming back, so we have invited some 6-7 centers to give their presentations here. Their offerings to beloved Baba, what we have left it to them, what they should do. We have not told them this, but we have told them that this is the program, basic program, and whatever you want to do, it should be something suitable to that theme of main program. So now there will be Avatar Meherabad Center, then Avatar Meherabad Pune Center, Avatar Meherabad Andhra Center. Andhra, we take it as one big center. We don't, there I think nearly 300 centers in Andhra now, I believe, yeah. At even smallest village also there is a center. So we, representative is Avatar Meherabad Andhra Center, Avatar Meherabad Bombay Center, Avatar Meherabad Delhi Center, Avatar Meherabad Toronto Center for Canada. They have expressed their desire to give some presentation. Now, Avatar Meherabad Avtar's abode at Australia. Like Meherabad, there are 3-4 other places, like Myrtle Beach in South Carolina, America, where Baba asked Elizabeth Patterson to establish that center, giving instruction. Similarly, he had asked Australian Francis Brabazon also to find a place, and Avtar's abode at Australia, also beautiful, like on a top of hill center is there. So they have also sent their presentations. So in the morning program, and then there's bhajans and songs, and especially we will be having the pleasure of listening to our dear Pratapji in the morning center. So enjoy this morning session. The afternoon session will again start at 4:30. Again, there will be some group songs and other things. So, and then there will be concluding program in the evening with under film also. So, enjoy the program. Have a, I would say, experience the heat also, and be here. I think I have heard, I had the good fortune to see Baba at Guru Prasad. But at Guru Prasad, Baba used to come. He would say, tomorrow morning I'll come at 8 o'clock. So people would come at 8 o'clock and Baba will be there present 10 minutes before that. And he says, what is this? You are coming now? The Baba said, you are given time of 8 o'clock. So next day they will say, okay, today we'll go 7:45. And when they wait 7:45, again Baba, they'll find Baba sitting there. So he is always here before us. Remember. So we should be punctual. When we come for the 2 days program here, we should not be whiling away time. So of course, I understand people like to have morning Samadhi Darshan, then go down, have breakfast. I know, going back and forth, but I feel that we should try to be as punctual as possible, cut down our time. Maybe we can take darshan later on, something like that. But this program is very important, but I believe gradually people will start coming. So let us, without further delay, I would now request Srivastava ji to start the next program. Jai Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अभी जो आज का प्रोग्राम है इसमें आपको बताए गए कि कौन कौन से सेंटर्स का प्रेजेंटेशन है, और एक सबसे जो कठिन समस्या हम लोगों को हमारे सामने आती है वो है कि आप में से जो लोग बहुत सारे बैठे हुए हैं वो बीच बीच में आके ये कहते हैं कि हमको भी चांस दे दो, हमको थोड़ा भाषण देना है, हमको गाना गाना है। तो ये स्वाभाविक है, क्योंकि जब हम एक स्टेज सजी हुई देखते हैं तो हमारे मन में उत्साह हो जाता है कि हमको भी अवसर मिलना चाहिए। मगर जब कोई प्रोग्राम अपन एक विशेष रूप से करते हैं तैयार, तो उसमें सबको चांस नहीं दिया जा सकता। तो आपसे ये प्रार्थना है, जिसके मन में इतना उत्साह है, तो आपके सामने बाबा के अनेक चित्र आ रहे हैं, आप उसमें अपने आप को महसूस करिए, बाबा के चित्रों में बाबा की प्रेजेंस में महसूस करिए, और जहाँ बैठे हैं वहीं से देख लीजिए कि आपके तरफ से बाबा ने आपके भजन को, गान को, या आपके मन में कुछ शेयर करने का है तो वो स्वीकार कर लिया है। और एक हिंदी में बहुत बड़ी कहावत है कि दाता से सूम भला जो तुरंत दे जवाब, माने द पर्सन जो दान देता है तो उससे जो माइजर है, कंजूस है, वो ज़्यादा बड़ा है, क्योंकि वो तुरंत बोल देता है कि हम नहीं दे सकते हैं। तो हम लोगों को कई बार बोलना पड़ता है कि ये संभव नहीं है, मगर उसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आपका अपमान किया जा रहा है, वो वास्तव में संभव नहीं है। तो आप उसको अन्यथा नहीं लीजिए। आप सब सम्मानित सदस्य हैं, सम्मानित मेहमान हैं और बाबा के मेहमान हैं, इसलिए अपने दिल में कोई भी दर्द लेके मत जाइए। आपको वो अवसर बाबा ने यहाँ लाकर उनकी मौजूदगी में बिठाल कर वो दे दिया है अवसर, तो उसका हमें सम्मान करना चाहिए। अभी कार्यक्रम आगे बढ़ने के पहले एक आवश्यकता है कि हमारे तेलुगु भाई साहब लोगों को तेलुगु में कुछ सुनना ज़रूरी रहता है। तो इस कार्यक्रम के पहले जो अभी श्रीधर भाई साहब ने कहा, उसकी जिस्ट बहुत थोड़े में, और वो जिस्ट भी थोड़ा का मतलब होता वास्तविक थोड़ा 3 मिनट में, और ये हमारे रामकृष्णैया जी के कंधों पर ये बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है। तो आप सबकी तरफ से उनके कंधों पर ये टाइटल हम लोग ऑफर कर देते हैं, जो महामुनि व्यास जी ने बाद में गीता लिखी और दूसरे ग्रंथों की रचना की, वो थे नहीं वहाँ पे, मगर उसको सुन के जिस्ट उन्होंने लिखी, और आज हमारे बीच में वो सब ग्रंथ है। तो उनके ऊपर सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है कि इतने ज़्यादा लोग जो प्रेम से आए हैं तेलुगु आंध्रा से, उनको संतुष्टि मिले, उन्हें लगे कि उनका भी यहाँ पर स्थान है। और इसलिए हम उनको आमंत्रित करते हैं कि वो छोटे से छोटे में, और 3 मिनट से छोटा कुछ नहीं होता, तो कोशिश करें कि उनको जिस मिल जाए। और एक और आंध्रा वालों लोगों से प्रार्थना है कि इस कार्यक्रम के बाद अपने पास जो समय रहता है, अपन लंच में जाते हैं, डिनर में जाते हैं, तो आप उनको अलग से आमंत्रित करके, जिसको इंटरेस्ट हो वहाँ पर आमंत्रित करके गहराई से, यदि जो चीज़ छूट गई है तो आप उनको आमंत्रित करें कि आप आके इसको डिटेल में हमें बता दीजिए कि यहाँ क्या हुआ है। तो वो एक अलग से कार्यक्रम हो जाएगा जिसको आप स्वतः संचालित कर सकते हैं। आइए रामकृष्णैया जी, सबके दिलों को जरा अच्छे से मरहम लगा दीजिए, कोई दर्द लेके नहीं जाए।
सर आपका ये
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। శ్రీధర్ గారు మనందరినీ ఆహ్వానిస్తూ, నిన్నటి నుంచి మనం ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో ఉన్నాము. 4వ తేదీ బాబా నిన్నటి నుంచి మనం చెప్పుకుంటున్నాం. అక్కడ ఖుస్రూ క్వార్టర్స్లో రుస్తుం వివాహానికి వచ్చినటువంటి మెహర్ బాబా, ఆయన గురించిన వ్యతిరేక ప్రచారం జరిగింది అని విని దాంతో ఆయన అసంతుష్టుడై ఇక్కడికి నడిచి వచ్చారు అని అన్నాం. కానీ శ్రీధర్ అన్నారు, ఆయనకు అపోజిషన్ పట్ల ఆయన ఎప్పుడూ దానికి భయపడేవారు కాదు, దాన్ని ఎప్పుడూ వద్దు అని చెప్పేవారు కాదు. ఇక్కడ మంజిలే మీమ్లో ఉన్నప్పటి నుంచి బాబాకు వ్యతిరేకంగా ఎన్నో జరిగాయి. అమెరికాలో జరిగింది, బెంగళూరులో బైరామంగళ స్థాపనప్పుడు 1939లో వెంకటప్పయ్య నాయుడు అనే అడ్వకేట్ అక్కడ జరిగింది. ప్రతిసారి మండలి వారు బాబాని అడిగారు, బాబా దీన్ని ఖండిస్తూ మనం పేపర్లో ఏదైనా వార్త ప్రచురించేద్దామా? వద్దు, ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళు కూడా నా పనే చేస్తున్నారు. వ్యతిరేకంగా వచ్చిన వార్తలు చదివినా కూడా దాంట్లో కాస్త ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఏమిటి ఇది నిజమా కాదా తెలుసుకోవాలి అని నా దగ్గరికి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు చాలామంది ఉన్నారు. కాబట్టి వ్యతిరేకతకు ఎప్పుడూ భయపడలేదు బాబా. మరి ఇక్కడ ఎందుకు జరిగిందంటే ఇక్కడ దాన్ని ఆసరాగా తీసుకున్నారంతే. సో అలాగా మనకు ఇప్పుడు ఈ కార్యక్రమాల్లో మనం పాల్గొంటున్నాము. కార్యక్రమాల్లో కొంతమంది అడిగారట, ఈ మే ఎండ వేడి బాగా ఉంటుంది, ఎప్పుడో అక్టోబర్ నవంబర్లో పెట్టకూడదా అంటే, మరి బాబానే స్వయంగా మేలో వచ్చారు, చెట్టు కింద కూర్చున్నారు. అలాగే అప్పుడు బాబా మరి ఎవరెవరికి ఏ ఛాన్స్ ఇస్తారు, ఏం జరుగుతుంది, ఆయన డివైన్ ప్లాన్లో ముందుగానే నిర్ణయించబడి ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళు రావటం, వెళ్ళి బావిలో నీళ్లు తోడుకోవటానికి కావలసిన బకెట్కి కాస్త ఆకలి అవుతుంది కాబట్టి దానికి ఇంత ఆహారం కోసం ఎవరి గంగారాం పవర్ అని ఆయన ఇంటి దగ్గర ఆయన తలుపు కొట్టారట. మరి అది బాబా ఇచ్చనే. ఎన్ని యుగాల నుంచి ఆయనకు బాబాతో సంబంధం ఉందో చెప్పలేము. అందుకని ఆ అవకాశం బాబా ఆయనకి ఇచ్చారు. ఆయన బాకిరీ తీసుకొచ్చి ఇచ్చాడు, నీళ్లు తోడుకోవటానికి బకెట్ ఇచ్చాడు. అంతేకాదు ఇక్కడ మండలి వారితో మొట్టమొదటి బాబా శిష్యుడు ఆరంగావ్ నుంచి అతను అయినాడు. అతని పేరు బాబా అజోబా పెట్టారు. అలాగే బాబా అందరికీ నిక్ నేమ్ పెట్టేవాళ్ళని మన్సారి వీళ్ళ పేర్లన్నీ కూడా సూచించారు. నేను డీటెయిల్గా వెళ్ళనవి, గోకరణ్ గారు చెప్పినట్టు కావాలంటే మనం తర్వాత దాన్ని డీటెయిల్గా మాట్లాడుకోవచ్చు. అందుకని బాబా ఆయన మేలో వచ్చినందుకు కనీసం మనం ఆయన ఎలా ఇక్కడ ఉన్నారు అనే విషయం కొంచెం మనకు అనుభవానికి వస్తే బాగుంటుంది కదా అని అలాగా ఈ కార్యక్రమాలన్నీ రూపొందించబడ్డాయి. మరి బాబా ఎప్పుడు కూడా ఏ ప్రోగ్రాం అయినా కూడా 8 గంటలకని ప్రోగ్రాం ఇస్తే 8 గంటలకు అందరికి వచ్చాడు బాబా కూర్చొని ఉండేవారట. అలా అని రెండో రోజు వాళ్ళందరూ పావు తక్కువ 8కి వచ్చేస్తే అప్పటికే బాబా కూర్చొని ఉండేవారట. అంటే అందరినీ పిలిచిన టైంకు ముందుగా బాబా వచ్చి ఉండేవారు. మీ అందరి ఇబ్బంది నాకు తెలుసు, కానీ అయినా మనం సమయం ప్రకారంగా కార్యక్రమాల్లో పాల్గొని దాని ఆనందాన్ని మనం అనుభవించేద్దామని చెప్తూ ముగించారు. అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా కీ జై.
हमारे इनवाइटेड सेंटर्स हैं, उनका प्रेजेंटेशन आपके सामने है और उनके जो एक मेंबर हैं वो एंकरिंग करेंगे और माइक उनको हैंड ओवर कर दिया जाएगा 20 मिनट के लिए और वो अपने कार्यक्रम की सूचना आपको देंगे कि क्या कार्यक्रम यहाँ पे हो रहा है. अभी सबसे पहला है अहमदनगर सेंटर, तो उनके तरफ से श्रीमती सुरेखा दादर यहाँ आ रहे हैं और वो आपको अपने केंद्र के बारे में बताएंगी कि उनके केंद्र से क्या प्रेजेंटेशन होने वाला है.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. जय मेहर बाबा. आप सभी का और हमारा भी जो हम इस बड़े इवेंट सेंटेनरी प्रोग्राम का एक हिस्सा बन सके, उसके लिए मैं सभी को जय बाबा कहती हूँ एंड बाबा को थैंक यू कहती हूँ कि अवतार मेहर बाबा अहमदनगर सेंटर के अभी के प्रस्तुत सभी मेंबर्स हमारे साथ यहाँ हैं, जो कि एक गीत, एक भजन प्रस्तुत करने वाले हैं. इट इज़ बीन रिटन बाय भाव कलचुरी जी एंड एन ट्यून बाय प्रशांत, प्रवीण एंड दीपक अंकल एंड दादर अंकल. जय मेहर बाबा. फॉलोइंग विच वी हैव प्रेजेंटेशन जिसमें हमने बाबास कनेक्शन विद खुशरू क्वार्टर्स उसे कवर करने की कोशिश करी है, जो कि एक छोटे से टाइम लिमिट में वी हैव ट्राइड टू कवर, बट सून वील बी हैविंग अ बिग वर्जन एज वेल. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय.
Hello, Jai Baba. So now we have the next generation in front line. The girls, they are leading this song. Since Prashant and Praveen, they have composed the song, and Shruti, Surekha, all those, they are going to lead the song. जय बाबा. धन्यवाद। जय बाबा।
जय मेहर बाबा। ये अवतार मेहर बाबा अहमदनगर सेंटर की तरफ से एक जो भजन हमने प्रस्तुत किया, इट इज़ एन अनपब्लिश्ड भजन जो कि फ्यूचर में विल बी पब्लिशिंग इट। जय मेहर बाबा। वी हैव आवर नेक्स्ट प्रेजेंटेशन फ्रॉम नगर सेंटर। जय बाबा। आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट द टेक्निकल टीम टू प्लीज मूव फॉरवर्ड। जय बाबा।
हेलो, जय बाबा। नेक्स्ट ग्रुप है हमारा पूना सेंटर का। प्रशांत अहीर जी यहाँ पर आ जाएं स्टेज पर ताकि वो शुरू हो सके उनका।
जय बाबा। सभी बाबा प्रेमियों को मेहराबाद में जो सेलिब्रेशन शुरू हो रहा है, बाबा को 100 साल हो गए मेहराबाद आने के लिए। बाबा 20 अप्रैल को मंजिल मिम से बाबा यहाँ पर आए कुछ दिन खुशरू क्वार्टर्स में रहे बाबा, करीब 10 डेज रहे बाबा। उसके बाद बाबा हैप्पी वैली जो डोंगरगन बोलते हैं वहाँ पर बाबा गए। 4 डेज़ बाबा वहाँ पर रहे और उसके बाद बाबा 3 मई को यहाँ पर आए 1923 और यहाँ से फिर मेहराबाद गए। खुशरू क्वार्टर्स में उपासनी महाराज आए। उसके बाद हम देखते हैं कि आदि की रानी, उनकी पूरी एंटायर फैमिली यहाँ पर रहती थी। करीब 4 फैमिलीज़ परिवार यहाँ पर रहते थे। उसमें खान साहब सरोज की रानी, उनके फादर, उनकी फैमिली, आदि की रानी की फैमिली जो कई खुशरू था, उन्हीं के नाम से खुशरू क्वार्टर्स रखा गया। तो यहाँ पर जो बाबा के एक्टिविटीज़ हुए 1923 से लेकर तो 1969 तक बाबा 10 डेज़ फर्स्ट यहाँ पर रहे, वो अप्रैल से मई तक। और लास्ट बाबा 68 में जब बाबा का कार्डियोग्राम का लेना था तो 68 में बाबा यहाँ पर आए थे। वो अक्टूबर मंथ था, 22 अक्टूबर था और 68 में बाबा का लास्ट टाइम खुशरू क्वार्टर्स के अंदर था। उसके बाद बाबा ने देह त्याग कर दिया, बॉडी ड्रॉप कर दिया। तो यह है परमात्मा का ऑफिस। आज भी यहाँ पर ऑफिस चल रहा है, हेड ऑफिस है ये, और यहाँ से सब करस्पॉन्डेंस होता है, सब कुछ होता है। तो ये अत्यंत महत्व की बात है कि ये परमात्मा का ऑफिस है, ये कोई ऑर्डिनरी ऑफिस नहीं है। और यहाँ से ही सब एक्टिविटीज़ शुरू हुए हैं। तो अभी हम देखते हैं क्या करीब 700 लोग यहाँ पर आने वाले हैं। मेहराबाद में एक वर्क जो होगा, एक अलग टाइप का वर्क होगा। लोगों में भी वो अवेयरनेस आएगा कि बाबा कब आए थे, लोगों को भी वो नॉलेज होता है, जानकारी होती है। तो मैं सभी बाबा प्रेमियों को जय बाबा बोलता हूँ।
This is the center of the Kushru quarters compound. On this side became Gulamain Kaikushru's quarters. On this side, the elder Kaikushru Sarosh family quarters. At the time of May and April 1923, the family was living at Sarosh Manzil up the road. But when Baba arranged the match of Rustam, Gulamai's oldest son, and Freni, the elder sister of Mera and daughter of Daulat Mai, when the match was arranged, the wedding was to be in Ahmednagar, and it was to happen at the fire temple, the Agyari Parsi fire temple very nearby, and the wedding reception was going to take place here where we are standing. And in fact, it did take place here. It was a very large wedding plan. There were about 300 guests invited from all the Zoroastrian families, Hindu, Christian, Muslim families from the neighborhood, and from the British military officers, dignitaries, city dignitaries. Kaikushru had been made Khan Saheb by that time. He had prospered in business. He had done a lot of public service. So he was honored with that title of Khan Saheb. So the event was to be worthy of such a person, such a family, and also to be worthy of something that was planned by Avtar Meher Baba for Rustam and Freni and for his spiritual mother, Gulamai. So the wedding, there's a long story. As we know, Baba stormed out this gate on the 4th of May and walked to the lands which became Meherabad. Rustam grabbed his motorcycle and rode out this gate in desperate search of Meher Baba, asking him, please come back for my wedding, don't leave. Baba finally relented. He returned here on the 8th of May. He stayed at Sarosh Manzil. From this place, also on the 11th of May, Baba became very upset again by the family criticism, the opposition, the ugly things that were being said because they were afraid of Meher Baba. They thought he was mad Irani. He was pulling people away from the true Zoroastrian faith. And he stormed off again on the 11th of May to taking all the Mandali with him to the railway station. They stayed in a railway go-down, which was sometimes used as a dharamshala. The whole family from here went together again to beg him, please forgive our relatives. They don't know you, they don't know who you are. Come back, we want you to live at Arangown. Gilori Shah had been calling him. Gulamai had been calling him, come and stay at Arangown. We will have sadhukana, we will have ashram. In fact, in those first 10 days, 20th to 30th April, when Baba was staying here with the men, Adi K was his young personal attendant. They were standing outside here, and suddenly Gilori Shah, the sixth plain saint who had predicted and invited Baba to come here, though not everybody was aware of that, he came and stood at the gate as if beckoning. Now Adi K, he was like a family guru to them because his mother fed him, and it was very rude to him to not go to him, but Baba was his master, and Baba told him, don't go, go inside. So Adi K obeyed, and he went inside, and he said it was a great lesson in obedience to only one master. But only in imagination, we might think also, perhaps Gilori Shah had come to show Meher Baba, it's ready. His tomb had been constructed. He had marked the place. Perhaps he was saying, we're ready, now come. Meherabad chalo. Now, currently, this is the board meeting of the Avatar Meher Baba Trust, the room where the board meets. So we will come in, this was Piroja's room, Sarosh and Vilu lived here at some time, and Elder Kaikrushu before that.
Now here is Mani Jaya Sirani, the present chairman of the trust.
This side of the compound of Kushru Quarters is now a very active part of God's office, or Avatar Meher Baba Trust office, and it's still in use. This was Mani's office and Erich's office, and Rano Gailey used to also sit here. Still, it's an active place of trust work. And now we will see inside of Mani's office. You can see her beautiful desk and workplace when she became chairman in 1971. So this is where she would work as the chairman. And now I'll show you where Erich would sit. We call this Erich's veranda office because here he was in all weathers, seated at this small, humble table. In 1924, Baba called Mera and her mother and Khorshid, who was close in age, and they were close friends, and Mera's mother Daulat Mai and Khorshid's mother Sunamasi, and told them to stay here in these rooms. Meher Baba and his Mandali arrived at Kushru Quarters and were staying in these rooms the 20th of April 1923. Baba retired into this room for a 7-day seclusion. He was partially fasting, and Gulamai would come and bring him only curd. Small Khorshid, who was, Gulamai was her auntie, she was here at the time, and she remembers trying to peek around the corner to see Baba. And she's the one that told us that this is the room where Baba did the seclusion in her book. We'll go inside. Here Baba stayed for 7 days in seclusion Of course, no one knows what he does, what is his universal work. But when he came out of the room, Gulamai said, "You're looking very, very weak." He said, "No, I'm not weak. I'm strong. I'm stronger than ever before." And then he said, "I've gone to attend a meeting." And she didn't understand. What did he mean? And then he said, "I've had a meeting with all the perfect ones, the spiritual hierarchy." And then he sang to her a couplet from a famous Sufi saint known as Ali Ahmad Sabir. "O Sabir, your city of Kalyari is holy."
This is the daughter of Bhau. Her name is Sheila. This is the son of Bhau. His name is Meherabad. And this is Bhau's wife. Her name is Rama. They, all of them live, as I told you, in the part of my, the wing of the house in which my sister lives. She was glad to share the house with them.
Jai Baba, this is best known now as the office of Bal Kalchuri, who was trustee and then chairman. It was his bedroom when he first shifted here from Meherabad after Baba dropped his body some years. And then it gradually became his office and his chairman's office. Going back in time, it actually was Adi K. Irani's office for a short while. His photograph is also there. In the last few years of his life before he passed away in 1980. We're standing on the veranda on the side of Kushru quarters where Gulamai and Kai Kushru and their children, Adi, Rustam, Piroja, and Dolly used to stay. In fact, these rooms, which are now the active accounting and visa and Amartiti office of the trust, are the very same room in which Baba and his men mandali came to stay in April of 1923. Baba. This is the room that is now known as Upasni Maharaj room and Meher Baba's room in Meher Nazar Avtar Meher Baba Trust compound, historic Kushru quarters. This is the room that was Mother Gulamai's prayer room. So when the family shifted here and when Baba came to stay here in 1923, she created this room as her prayer room, and since that time it has only been a room for prayer, for meditation, for pilgrimage, and it was a place where Upasni Maharaj came many times whenever he would visit from Ahmednagar, and it was a place where Meher Baba also spent a lot of time. In those 1920s, this part of Kushru quarters served just as a go-down, a storage place for Kai Kushru's business. But in the 50s, Meher Baba had done his mass darshan programs in Andhra, and after that time, many small Baba centers started popping up like mushrooms everywhere. When he came back to Ahmednagar, he rather shamed his Ahmednagar Baba lovers by saying, "Just look what they're doing for me in Andhra. They have so many centers. What about you? Are you meeting? Do you have a place?" And they said, "Oh, Baba, no." So they, with Rustam Hatidaru and others, they at first started meeting at each other's homes in Ahmednagar. We're speaking about his Ahmednagar lovers, not those that lived at Meherabad or Meherabad, but those that lived and worked and went to school in Nagar. So they started meeting weekly at different people's homes. But then it began to grow and it wasn't room enough. They came to Adike Irani and said, "We don't have enough room. What can you do? Is there space somewhere?" So Adike Sarosh, by this time, had become king of Ahmednagar, uncrowned king of Ahmednagar. He had Sarosh Motor Works, he had Sarosh Service Station or petrol pump, he had Sarosh Cinema just outside the gate here, and the motor works here on the corner. Adike asked him, and he gave one small room from the Sarosh Motor Works, an office room for the center people to meet in. So that was the beginning of them meeting here in Khushru Quarters compound. Coincidentally or not, 1959 was the same year that Baba also established the Avatar Meher Baba Trust Office here in Khushru Quarters compound. So in 1959, Baba was in Guru Prasad, so he could not come, but they had their opening of this small room here in the center, and we will go inside now. Here outside the gates of Meher Nazar, there was an old wooden gate here before, which Adike Irani replaced in 1971, that said Meher Nazar. Ahmednagar Center is on my right, but behind me are the businesses that Sarosh K. Irani was able to create here in Ahmednagar. When he first met Baba in 1922 at the Jopti, he had told him he knew his ambition, and he said to him, "I will make you a king." And in fact, people used to say he was the uncrowned king of Ahmednagar. He did become the mayor or the president of the executive, but these were his businesses. He had Sarosh Motor Works here, which is now taken over by Force Motors, Metro Scooter, and part of the Ahmednagar Center. He had Sarosh Petrol Pump here, and in fact we know that both Upasni Maharaj and Narayan Maharaj, two Sadgurus, masters of Meher Baba, told their drivers they should stop here to fill gas, to fill petrol at Sarosh Petrol Pump, which is now Bharat Petroleum Pure for sure. And this is Sarosh Cinema. It was remodeled, so the earlier version looked more like the center looks on the outside, but Baba went many, many, many times to the movies here with his mandali, sometimes early in the morning, sometimes late at night. Special plays were arranged, and the play that Bao Kalchuri wrote under Baba's order, Jai Meher, was performed in the cinema here too, and with about 200 people in attendance, with Meher Baba and his women mandali and men mandali, and many members of the Ahmednagar Center created it with Baoji, with the music. And all of this land was part of the original lease. It was actually included in the whole Khushru Quarters compound. And many people will remember, it looks very different now. This no longer belongs to the trust, but many people will remember this was the Sarosh Canteen, and a place where many of our pilgrims, when they would arrive here, would come for snack, for refreshment. So here we are in the outer reaches of Khushru Quarters' original land area. Jai Baba.
प्रसन्न हुई गुलमाई, ठहरे उनके घर प्रभु, ठहरे उनके कैसे पता था उस समय प्रभु का होगा ठाव, प्रभु का होगा ठाव। जय जय मेहर, 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 जय जय मेहर।
मावशी, त्या देसाई आजींना घरी पाठवून द्या. औषधे नीट घ्यायला सांगा त्यांना. मावशी, मी आता नवीन सेशन सुरू करते. ॲब्सोल्युटली नो डिस्टर्बन्स. सॉरी, मी दुसऱ्या एका अर्जंट कामात गुंतून पडले होते. तुम्ही बेसिक माहिती भरली ना फॉर्ममध्ये? हो.
तुम्ही सुद्धा भावप्रेमी आहात. अहो 3 महिने झाले पुण्यावरून बदली होऊन नगरला आले, पण ह्या बाबांनी जणू इच्छाच पुरवला. एकही दिवस असा जात नाही ज्या दिवशी यांच्या नावाचा उल्लेख माझ्या कानावर पडत नाही.
समाधीचं दर्शन घेतलंच असेल तुम्ही.
आय एम अफ्रेड नॉट. मला यांच्यात काय कोणत्याही तथाकथित बाबांमध्ये इंटरेस्ट नाही.
ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी देन यू शुड विजिट समाधी. ते काही तथाकथित किंवा सो कॉल्ड बाबा नाही, बट थिंग्स हॅपन इन देअर ओन टाइम. औदुंबर फकीर, वय वर्षे 28, एका NBFC मध्ये सेल्स मॅनेजर, 3 महिन्यांपूर्वी नगरला बदली. तुम्ही नगरला पोस्टिंग मागून घेतलं?
नेव्हर. इट वॉज नोवेअर ऑन माय लिस्ट. पुण्यात आनंदी होतो, पण अचानक अशी परिस्थिती निर्माण झाली की नगरला यावं लागलं.
तुम्ही यात स्वप्नांबद्दल लिहिलं आहे.
स्वप्न नाही डॉक्टर, आणि भासही नाही. ती एक अदृश्य अनुभूती आहे.
इफ यू डोंट माइंड, मी हे रेकॉर्ड करून घेतो. तर या अदृश्य अनुभूतीमध्ये तुम्हाला बाबांची धुनी दिसते.
ती कोणाची धुनी आहे आणि त्या अग्निकुंडाला धुनी म्हणतात हे मला काही महिन्यांपूर्वी जेव्हा माझं नगरला पोस्टिंग झालं तेव्हाच कळलं. किंबहुना मला असं वाटतं की मी त्या धुनीमुळेच नगरला खेचला गेलो.
इंटरेस्टिंग. कॅन यू डिस्क्राईब युअर एक्सपिरियन्स इन डिटेल? ही धुनी जळत असते का?
अगदी अल्पकाळ. मग त्या ज्वाळा मला वेढतात, पण तेही काही क्षण.
पुढे काय होतं स्वप्नात?
राख. चारी बाजूनी राख उधळत असते. मग ते राखेचे कण माझ्या भोवती वेगाने गिरका घालतात. नख शिखांत विजेच्या गतीने फिरतात. असं वाटतं की ते आता माझ्या सर्वांगाला आता विळखाच घालणार. माझा श्वास कोंडतो आणि मी जागा होतो. मला दरदरून घाम फुटलेला असतो. असं वाटत राहतं की ती विभूती माझ्या अंगाला चिटकलेली आहे, पण तसं काही नसतं.
मला वाटतं पूर्वायुष्यात नाही, नजीकचाच एखाद्या जन्मात असं काही घडलं असावं ज्याचं क्लोजर, परिपूर्ती झालेली नाही. नॉर्मल हिप्नोटिझम मे नॉट हेल्प. वी मस्ट ट्राय PLR.
PLR म्हणजे?
PLR म्हणजे पास्ट लाईफ रिग्रेशन. पातंजलीच्या संकल्पनेत प्रतिप्रसव किंवा रिव्हर्स बर्थिंग. गतजीवनाप्रमाणेच गतजन्मातील काही घटना, काही अनुभव आपल्या मानसिकतेवर सावट धरून राहतात. त्या प्रसंगांचा रेटा कधीकधी इतका असू शकतो की जोपर्यंत त्यांना पूर्ण विराम मिळत नाही तो डोके वर काढत राहतात. या स्मृती इतक्या टोकदार असतात की विस्मृतीचा पडदा आडून सुद्धा सळत राहतात. मनोविकार तज्ज्ञ त्यांना शोधून काढून त्यांना बोथट करतात. एकदम निवांत बसा. तुम्हाला काही स्लाइट व्हायब्रेशन जाणवते, पण तुम्ही रिलॅक्स होऊन बसा. डोळे बंद करा. मी आता आकडे मोजेन. माझ्या आवाजाकडे लक्ष राहू द्या आणि आजूबाजूला जे जे दिसतंय ते मला सांगत राहा. नावे वेगळे असतील, जागा वेगळ्या असतील, चेहरे वेगळे असतील, पण वर्णन करत राहा. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 औदुंबर, तुमचं मन तुम्हाला खातंय, काहीतरी टोचतंय तुमच्या मनात. त्यामुळे जे जे दिसतंय, ऐकू येतंय ते नीट पहा आणि मला सांगा. बघा काय आहे आजूबाजूला.
गाई, शेळ्या, लोक, मी आणि माझे मित्र दारू पितोय. मित्र मित्र नाहीत, साथीदार. टेकडीवरचे पत्रे चोरायचे ठरते. सत्या सत्या
सत्या? कोण सत्या? तो पण आहे का तुमच्यात?
सत्या सत्या मांग, आमचा सरदार. नाही, तो नाही आमच्या.
या बाबाचं काय बी कळना मला. एक तर स्वतः तोंडातून शब्द काढायचा नाही, कुणाला काय सांगायचं झालं तर ते फळकूट घ्यायचं, त्याच्या त्या इंग्रजी अक्षरांवर भराभर बोटं फिरवायची. मग काका मला ते मराठीत समजावून सांगणार. आता बाबांनी सांगितलेलं काकाला किती कळतंय आणि काकानं सांगितलेलं मला किती कळतंय काय ठाऊक. आता ते टेकडीवरच्या खड्डा कॅबिनचे नवीन कोरे पत्रे चोरीला गेले आणि बाबा भडकले. भडकणं कबूल आहे बाबा. तुम्ही एवढा पैसा वाचवताय, स्वतः एवढं साध्यागत राहताय. अहो पण कुठं बी चोरी झाली तर जाब सत्याला विचारायचा. मी रखवाली करतो पण कुठं? इथं खालच्या मेहराबादला. आणि ही चोरी वरती झाली ना, मग त्या जामदाराला विचारा ना, ते काय झोपा काढते का काय लेखाचं? हा, उठसूट सत्या. आता कबूल आहे, मी माझ्या विच्छेनं तुमच्याकडे चाकरी करतोय, पण म्हणून काय मलाच विचारायचं? अरे एकेकाळी या सत्याच्या नावानं लोक चळाचळा कापायची नुसती. आपला दरारच तसा होता. पोलीस रेकॉर्डात आपलं नाव होतं सत्या मांग, पण समजे सरदारच म्हणायचे मला. एकदम ताठ होतो मी, जरा ढगातच होतो. आणि त्याच वेळेस बाबांना भेटलो. कळलं कोणतरी संत महात्मा आलेत. म्हणलं लावावी हजेरी. तिथं गेलो, बाबांच्या डोळ्यात बघितलं आणि हा सत्यमांग पुरता हादरून गेला. होत्याचा नव्हताच झाला. बाबा म्हणाले, अरे दुसऱ्यानं मेहनतीनं कमावलेली दौलत लुटण्यात कुठली आली मर्दानगी? हा, त्या परीस काकणं भरा हातात. त्यांचं बोलणं लागलं आणि तेव्हापासून चोरी सोडली. चोरी करायचीच नाही म्हणलं. काही दिवसांनी उपासमार व्हायला लागली. पोटा पाण्याची मारामारी व्हायला लागली. बायका पोरं उपाशी. दोस्त मंडळी म्हणायला लागली, अरे त्या बाबांचं काय जाते सांगायला, हा पोट कसं भरणार? पण मग जनाची नाही तर मनाची म्हणून पंचक्रोशीच्या बाहेर लांब गेलो. टाका घातला, तिकडं टाका घातला. तिकडं सगळा माल जमा केला आणि ते गाठुडं बांधतच होतो. बाबा समोर उभे. तो माल टाकला तसाच आणि निघालो तिकडनं. दुसऱ्या दिवशी तडक बाबांकडे गेलो. बाबांना म्हटलं, बाबा आपली जुबान आहे, आता यापुढे चोरी करणार नाही. बाबांनी पण राखणदारीला ठेवून घेतलं. मीठ भाकरीची व्यवस्था झाली. अरे पण म्हणून काय कुठं बी चोरी झाली तर सत्यालाच विचारायचं. पण जरा कुठं चोरी झाली तर बोलवा सत्याला. म्हणणारा आश्रम कसा चालवायचा हे बी खरंय म्हणा. आता या देवाच्या कामामध्ये कुणी चोरीमारी का करावी? हा, कोण असेल? जवळच कुणीतरी असणार. जवळच असणार तर माझ्या माहितीतलंच कुणीतरी असणार. अरेच्छा, खरंच की. तर बाबांना हेच म्हणायचं होतं वाटतं की त्या चोराला सत्य शोधू शकेल. अरे देवा, बाबा माझ्या ध्यानातच आलं नाही बघा. तुम्हाला असं म्हणायचं होतं की सत्य त्या चोराला शोधू शकेल. हो बाबा, 2 दिवसात त्याला तुमच्या पायावर आणून टाकतो बघा.
चोरी कोणी केली हे शोधून काढणं सत्यासाठी कठीण नव्हतं. त्यानं चौकशी सुरू केली. आधीच्या आपल्या विश्वासू साथीदारांना कामाला लावलं. माहिती मिळाली की आदल्या रात्री दारू पिऊन बरळताना फकीरानं चोरी केल्याचा संकेत दिला होता. त्याच्याकडून सत्य वदवून घेण्यासाठी सत्या फकीराच्या घरी गेला.
फकीरा, ए फकीरा, बाहेर ये घरात ना.
कोण आहे रे?
बाहेर ये तू.
अरे सरदार, अरे नोकरी सुटली का काय?
फकीरा, बऱ्या बोलानं सांग, टेकडीवरचे 9 कोरे पत्र कुणी चोरले?
तू पोलीस आहे का काय? कसले पत्रे, कधी चोरले?
उगा साळसूतपणाचा वाढू नगस. तुला चांगलं ठाऊ आहे मी काय म्हणतोय ते.
म्हणजे तुला काय म्हणायचंय? मी चोरी केली? अरे पुरावा काय?
उगा फाट फोडू नको फकीरा. अरे तुला चांगला ओळखतो मी, इतकी वर्ष सांभाळले तुला.
सत्या, ते दिवस गेले आता. अरे तवा तू सरदार होतास, तर फितूर झालायस फितूर. अरे बेमानागत टोळी सोडून पळालास तू आणि गुलामी पत्करलीस. आता आम्हाला सवाल करायचा तुला काय बी अधिकार नाही.
अरे देवाच्या दारी चोरी केलीस फकीरा तू, रगत किती होईल तुला.
अरे चोरानं चोरी करण्याचा धर्म पाळावा. कसला देव आणि कसला बामन. चोरानं कधी चाकरी करू नये. कोण म्हणतो रे मी चोरी केली म्हणून?
फकीरा, जास्त ताणू नगस. अरे मी रदबदली करीन. बाबा 2 शब्द बोलतील आणि सोडून देतील.
अरे तो मुका काय बोलतोय कुणाला? सत्या,
मुका कोणाला म्हणतोस?
अंगाला हात लावायचं काम नाही सांगून होतो. सोड सोड सोड. आणि काय रे, कशावरून ते पत्र तू चोरले नसतील? नाहीतरी हाडामासाचा चोर असतो ना.
मी चोरले?
मग
तू नाही. चल माझ्या बरोबर.
मला कुठं नव्हतो.
चल तू चल.
अरे बिना येणार.
अरे चल.
कशाला? अरे सोड सोड सत्या.
चल.
अरे कुठं नेतोस कुठं मला?
चल. हे बघ, ही बाबांची पवित्र धुनी हिरा हातात घेऊन मी सत्य शपथ घेतो की जर मी ते पत्र चोरलं असतील तर 15 दिवसात माझी मयत होईल. आता तुझी बारी.
हे शपथ. अरे डर नाही त्याला, डर कशाला? म्या फकीरा ही विभूती हातात घेऊन शपथ घेतो की म्या जर ते पत्रे चोरले असतील तर 15 दिवसात माझी मौत होईल.
यानंतर 15 दिवसांच्या आत फकीरा मेला. त्यानं येऊन मेहरबाबांची क्षमा मागावी म्हणून सत्याने आटोकाट प्रयत्न केले, पण ते होऊ शकले नाही.
अरे उठणार बाबा फकीरा. सत्या, अरे सांगणार बाबा तुझ्या मित्राला.
दोस्त फकीरा, अरे ईशाची परीक्षा घ्यायला निघालास की? अरे ती बाबांची धुनी का तुला एवढी साधी सुधी वाटली का की आगीशी खेळायला निघालास? आज तरी बरं बाबांची कृपा झाली आणि खेळ लवकर आटोपला, नाही तर आयुष्यभर भोगावं लागलं असतं आणि जिंदगी सजा झाली असती. अरे पण तू गेला आणि माझा सबूत बी केला ना. बाबांना म्हणालो होतो मी की चोराला तुमच्या पायावर आणून टाकीन. आता कुठनं आणू तुला?
औदुंबर, तुम्ही पुन्हा भानावर येत आहात. हळूहळू डोळे उघडा. तुम्ही माझ्या दवाखान्यात आहात. टेक युअर टाइम. आर यू ऑल राईट?
आय एम परफेक्टली ऑल राईट.
तुम्हाला मैं आता डिब्रीफिंग करते, सो यू वुड अंडरस्टँड.
I think I fairly understood. By the way, Doctor, what's the time in your watch?
7:30.
And what time the samadhi closes?
8ish.
Then I must run. I'll speak to you later.
Okay.
सदा हरदम ये देती है मेरे बाबा की खामोशी, जुबां उस दम खुले जिस दम असर का हो यकी घर घर, खुदा परमात्मा गॉड अनंत ईश्वर।
कृष्णैया जी आमंत्रित हैं अपने केंद्र को लेने के लिए, मगर जैसा कि फिर से वहाँ से वो आया है, रिक्वेस्ट आई है कि जो अभी पूना सेंटर का हुआ सत्यमांग का, उसको थोड़ा सा बहुत शॉर्ट में, क्योंकि समय की बहुत कमी होती जा रही है, तो जिस्ट में ही वो बता दें, बाकी बाद में आप पूछेंगे। अब इसमें एक प्रश्न उठता है और वो प्रश्न बहुत सारे बाबा के प्रेम के संबंध में है। लोगों का एक प्रश्न है कि जब बाबा यहाँ आए तो वहाँ डेकॉर्ड्स की, डाकुओं की क्या ज़रूरत थी? जब अवतार है तो डाकू की क्या ज़रूरत? तो ये है प्रश्न वाई, और इस वाई में बाबा की महिमा छुपी हुई है। हमारे कार्यक्रम में बहुत सारे प्रश्न ऐसे आपके मन में उठेंगे, वाई इट वाज लाइक दैट, ऐसा क्यों था जबकि वो अवतार के, तो उन वाई के उत्तर आप खुद देखेंगे तो उसमें आपको मेहर बाबा की महिमा का ज्ञान होगा कि क्यों ऐसा है। अभी इस विषय में चर्चा करने का समय नहीं है, नहीं तो इसमें चर्चा की जा सकती थी। तो अभी रामकृष्णैया जी आपके सामने हैं, वो आंध्र क्रेन का संचालन करेंगे। रामकृष्णैया जी।
గోకరణ్ గారు 2 ప్రకటనలు చేశారు. ఒకటేమో బ్యాడ్జీలు తప్పకుండా తీసుకోండి అన్నారు, ఎగ్జిబిషన్ అక్కడ కింద ఉంది తప్పకుండా చూడండి అని. ఇంకొకటి ఇందాక పూనా కేంద్రం వాళ్ళు చూపించినటువంటి స్కిట్, దాని బ్రీఫ్గా చెప్పమన్నారు మన ప్రోగ్రాం ప్రారంభం చేసే ముందు. అది మరాఠీలో ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ మెహరాబాద్లో జరిగిన దాని గురించి గోకర్ణ్ గారు కూడా ప్రస్తావించారు. ఎందుకు ఇక్కడ దొంగలతో పని ఏమిటి అనే విషయం ఆయన అన్నారు. అయితే మరి అందరూ వస్తారు భగవంతుని దగ్గరికి, ఎందుకు భగవంతునికి అందరూ సమానమే కదా. బాబా అన్నారు, ఐఆమ్ ఇన్ సిన్నర్ అండ్ సెయింట్స్, నేను పాప ఆత్మల్లో పుణ్యాత్మలు అందరిలో ఉన్నానన్నారు. కాబట్టి అందరూ వస్తారు ఆయన దగ్గరికి. అలా ఇప్పుడు ఈ స్కిట్లో ప్రశాంత్ ఆహిర్ ఒక కొత్త అదనాన్ని చూపించి, ఆయన ఒక స్కిట్ అంటే ఒక అబ్బాయి, అంటే మనకు పునర్జన్మలు ఉన్నాయని మనం నమ్ముతాం కదా, అలా ఒక అబ్బాయికి పూర్వజన్మ జ్ఞాపకం వచ్చింది. ఆ జ్ఞాపకం ఎవరిది అంటే ఫకీరా అని సత్యమాంగ్ దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి తోడు దొంగ. బాబా దగ్గరికి వచ్చి మారిపోయాను, డీటెయిల్గా చెప్పను, అందరికీ తెలుసు. సత్యమాంగ్ బాబా దగ్గరికి వచ్చాడు, పుల్లాగా వచ్చి పిల్లి అయిపోయినాడు. ఇక్కడ బాబా దగ్గర వాచ్మెన్గా కూడా చేస్తూ ఉన్నాడు, దొంగతనాలు మానేశాడు. అయితే అప్పుడు ఏమైంది, బాబా దగ్గర ఇక్కడ ఈ సమాధి దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి కొన్ని రేకులు దొంగిలించబడ్డాయి. ఆ దొంగిలించబడ్డ తర్వాత బాబా అడిగాడు ఆయన్ని, సత్యమాంగను, ఏమిటి ఇది ఇక్కడ ఇలా జరిగింది అని. అంటే అప్పుడు అతనికి అనుమానం వచ్చింది, తన దగ్గర తోడు దొంగ ఉన్న ఫకీరా పని అయి ఉంటుంది అని. అప్పుడు ఆయన ఫకీరా దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి నిలదీశాడు. ఫకీరా దాన్ని, లేదు నేను చేయలేదు, నువ్వే చేసి ఉండొచ్చు కదా అని ఇంకా అతన్నే తప్పుగా భావించేసరికి అతన్ని తీసుకొచ్చి ధుని దగ్గర ఆ ధుని విభూతిని పట్టుకొని ప్రామిస్ చేయించారు. నేను ఒకవేళ చేసినట్టయితే 15 రోజుల్లో నేను చచ్చిపోతాను అని చేయాలి. ఆ ముందుగా సత్యమాంగ్ చేశాడు, తర్వాత ఫకీరా చేశాడు. ఆ 15 రోజుల్లో చనిపోయాడు. చనిపోయిన తర్వాత ఆ సోలు ఇతనికి ఔదుంబర్ అని ఒక చిన్న కుర్రవాడి పేరు పెట్టారు, ఔదుంబర్, ఆయన మీద ఆవాహించటం, దాని ద్వారా కావటం, అది ఒక ఈ పద్ధతిలో చూపించారు ఆయన. సో ఇక్కడ జరిగినటువంటి దొంగలకి ఏం పని అంటే, దొంగలు కూడా పులిలాగా వచ్చి పిల్లిలాగా మారిపోతారు ఇక్కడ అని. ఆ మండుటెండలో మంచు ఉంటుందా, మంచు లాంటి సత్యమాంగ్ కూడా కరిగిపోయాడు ఇక్కడ పులి లాంటి వాడు పిల్లిలాగా మారిపోయాడు, తర్వాత ఇక్కడ జరిగిన ప్రతిదానికి బాధ్యత వహించాడు అనే విషయం ఆ చిన్న నాటిక ద్వారా చెప్పారు మనకి. అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా కీ జై. ఇప్పుడు ఆంధ్ర కేంద్రానికి ఇచ్చిన సమయంలో మేము మరి ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మనం సెంటెనరీ అంటే బాబా వచ్చి 100 సంవత్సరాలు అయింది అంటున్నాము, కానీ బాబా హైదరాబాద్కు 93 సంవత్సరాలు 93 years బిఫోర్ బాబా స్టెప్డ్ హిస్ ఫుట్ ఆన్ ది సాయిల్ ఆఫ్ హైదరాబాద్. In 1930 Baba came to Hyderabad. Dalamji Behram was there, known to Baba. He took Baba in his car. Baba went to his house and saw all the places there. That was first time. So it is 93 years that, so along with this we also feel proud that we are also remembering the avatars stepping his foot in the soil of Hyderabad. So we have in our presentation one song, starting with one song. Sudhir, Meher Tej and group, they will sing one Hindi song of Madhusudan. That song also, बिना प्रेम की ज्योति जलाए प्रभुपद कोई न पाए. Without lighting the lamp of love, no one can have the feet of the beloved. No can touch the feet of the beloved. So with that song, we will start our presentation, and then we have the presentation of Baba's visits to Hyderabad and Andhra. Because Baba said Hamirpur is my heart and Andhra is my head, so we will have a presentation for 6 minutes. I will conclude it with Baba's some special messages about his work, and then we will have a closing song by Malik and party. All will join. Ramchandar, Satyaya, you also join when Malik comes. He will sing a Telugu song, Avatar Meher Baba. You have come on to wake up, జాగృతి కర్నే అనే జగతి జాగృతి చేయ అనే పాట పాడతారు ఆయన. మీరు వచ్చారు, బాబా హ్యాస్ కమ్ టు వేక్ ది వరల్డ్, total world, not 1 or 2 like Satchamang. It is for the total world. So concluding song we will have that, and with that our presentation will end. Jai Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, प्रभुपद कोई न पाए. बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए. जोग जगावत बैठे कितने जोगी बन में, कैसे जोग जगावत बैठे कितने जोगी बन में. कैसे आसन कैसे कड़ासन, कैसे आसन कैसे कड़ासन, कोई बैठे तप में. लाख करे पर प्रेम न हो तो, लाख करे पर प्रेम न हो तो, व्यर्थ ही बोझ बढ़ाए. लाख करे पर प्रेम न हो
बोझ बढ़ाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए। लाखों पंथ है हरि सेवा के, लाखों मार्ग हरि सेवा के, प्रेम ही ऊंचा सबसे। लाखों मार्ग हरि सेवा के, प्रेम ही ऊंचा सबसे। प्रेम बिना घर पार हुआ है, कोई बताओ भव से। प्रेम बिना घर पार हुआ है, कोई बताओ भव से। तप साधन तो बहुत कठिन है, तप साधन तो बहुत कठिन है, सूरत प्रभु दर्शावे। तप साधन तो बहुत कठिन ना, सूरत प्रभु दर्शावे। बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए। प्रेम शक्ति नहीं जाने होता, प्रेम से मेहर दर्शन। प्रेम शक्ति नहीं जाने होता, प्रेम से मेहर दर्शन। मेहर की कृपा होगी, फिर देख ले रूप निरंजन। मेहर की कृपा होगी, फिर देख ले रूप निरंजन। मधुसूदन सब पंथ छोड़ दे, मधुसूदन सब पंथ छोड़ दे, मधुसूदन सब पंथ छोड़ दे। प्रेम से उनको रिझा ले, मधुसूदन सब पंथ छोड़ दे। प्रेम से उनको रिझा ले, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए। प्रभु पद कोई न पाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए, बिन प्रेम की जोत जलाए। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
ఇప్పుడు కళ్యాణ్ అండ్ సంతోష్ వీరు we have a very young team in Hyderabad Jubilee Hills Center, and we have 4 centers in Hyderabad. Jubilee Hills is the main center, and we have a very young team of all they are all software engineers but ready to do hardware work of Gamela Yoga also. So they now present this Baba's connection and his work and visits to Hyderabad and Andhra. Please come, Kalyan and Santosh.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की jai. Beloved Baba mentioned that the outward activities are indications of the inner transformation of consciousness that he came to give to the world. These external phenomena were also called scaffoldings. Now we present a super concised 6-minute recount of these indications, these outer activities in connection with the Indian region of Andhra. The real work behind these, Baba alone knows. Baba said, my connection with Andhra is very old. During this time, my avatarhood, the Andhra became an independent state. I am telling you the truth. This is the reason why you people, meaning you Andhra people, love me. So it is all because of him that we are able to gather here, come to his feet. If we go back in history, the earliest in recorded history for connection with Andhra takes us to 10th of June 1926. A prize wrestler, he used to wrestle to win money. His name was Kodi Ramurthy from Andhra. His circus group came to Ahmednagar to perform. He came to Baba's darshan. Along with that, of course, there was a Telugu group who took Baba's darshan as well. Baba said, anyone who wants to see this world in the real form will find it a circus. Couple of years later, in 1928, a grey-haired Russian by name Sadhu Christian Lake came to meet Baba following indications from Meredith Star and knowing about Baba's ashrams in Toka and Meherabad. He met Baba. Baba was pleased to meet him and indicated that Lake was a true soul, true seeker. This humble, unassuming sadhu left under instructions of Baba to tour India, including many places of Andhra, visiting Tenali, Machilipatnam, Shanti Ashramam in Shankavaram, place in Andhra, and delivered lectures introducing Baba. The same year, the sadhu fell seriously ill and passed away. He was buried in a Christian cemetery in Ahmednagar. Moving on, Baba taught us that God alone exists, and each soul is God passing through the imagination in order to realize its own divinity. The descent of the avatar helps the journey at all levels in the pursuit of truth. The worldly minded turn spiritually minded. Those on the initial stages of the spiritual path ascend to higher planes, and those advanced on the journey, namely the inner circle, reach their goal in God realization. The mass contacts and the mass darshans were significant part of his avataric work. Baba undertook extensive mast work, especially during the 1930s and 40s, to help the God-intoxicated souls in their ascent of the spiritual planes. As many as 70 mass were contacted alone in Hyderabad, highest number in a given city. Baba further toured Voltaire, Bejawada, Guntur, Polavaram, and many other places in Andhra. A tall, stout old man first heard of Baba in 1941. 6 years later, he had Baba's darshan at Madras. No words were spoken. Baba smiled at him, and the smile bound this grand old man from Andhra for life. Not only did it bind him, through him, several other workers came to his feet and worked in his cause. None other than Tota Dhanpati Rao Naidu that we are speaking about. As Bhauji beautifully portrays it, the fire of Baba's smile spread throughout Andhra, earning it is the distinction of having the greatest number of lovers and devotees in India. Such was the power of Baba's smile. Moving to Hyderabad, Baba said, I like Hyderabad the best. It is a very great place, both spiritually and materially. Its spiritual importance stems from ages past. These were Baba's own words in 1951. So there are two aspects of Baba's work in Hyderabad that stand out. First, the must work, like we just discussed. Secondly, Manonash, the last phase of the enigmatic new life. Now, Baba called the step, the God-determined step that was undertaken as Meherabad as the beginning of the Manonash phase. It ended in Meherabad. During the new life, about 40 circulars were issued, including supplements and everything. Circulars 20 to 32 were all around activities of Hyderabad. To sum up the intensity of Baba's work in Hyderabad, the number of days of Baba's stay from 1930 to 1956 totals up to 360, about an year of stay in Hyderabad.
Coming to Baba's work in 1950s, beloved Baba, after completion of new life, he visited United States, and he stated, he asked both Pendu and Iruch to visit throughout India and Pakistan. Iruch and Pendu visited Andhra, and they went to several places in Andhra and interacted with many, and they spread the message of love and truth of beloved Baba. And they prepared the soil for Baba's first visit of Andhra in 1953. Baba, in 1953 January, had come for 2 weeks for Andhra tour. And with his divine love, he created a flame in each and every one heart in Andhra. And the Andhrites, they were speechless. Baba said, it was said that about 150,000 had Baba's darshan and 50,000 people had received Baba's prasad. And coming to the next phase of work, the formation of Andhra Center. It was happened in the year 1953 on 10th April at Nerdavolu. Baba sent both Iruch and Pendu as his representatives, and they have given guidance on how to work for Baba. And we have completed 70 years now. Post that, during Baba's second visit, along with mass darshan programs and house visits, there were two significant events that had happened. One is 60th birthday of beloved Baba, that is Ashtipurti at Tadepalligudam. And the second one was beloved Baba's workers meeting, where he stated, this meeting was unique and it has never happened earlier, and it is not going to happen in future also. He very minutely went onto the details on how one should work for Baba and what is meant by real work. After that, Baba took a personal care. Rather, he called the workers multiple times to Meherabad and Guru Prasad, and he sorted out all the difference of opinions among the workers. He attended to each and every detail of the work that is going on at Andhra. He went through all the reports minutely, and he gave so many suggestions to Andhra workers. And in Andhra, there were so many functional bodies have formed for publication and for his literature, translation, and Burrakada parties, bhajan parties. So many groups were formed, and the work spread like a fire. And every nook and corner, the Andhra worker spread his name and his message of love and truth. After that, in 1957, Kodur Krishnarao of Kovur requested Baba to have his idol or the statue to be built up on the banks of river Godavari. Baba permitted and said, and he supervised all the activities through Dhanapatrao Naidu and Adike Irani. He said he had sent Adike Irani and Baroda Maharani Shanta Devi as his representatives for the inauguration ceremony. And he said, I am there at Kovur, Meherabad. Post that, coming to Baba's work in Andhra, there were so many centers that were started in 1960s. And at any occasion, if someone were happened to be at Meherabad during beloved Baba's birthday, and if they see, for their astonishment, they see that there were no birthday celebrations that were happening. Baba said, if you want to see my glory, then you have to go to Andhra or Hamirpur. There you will see my glory. And he said, if you want to witness my glory, you have to go to Andhra. And last but not the least, beloved Baba, he remembered the selfless love of his lovers. 18 of his lovers' names were inscribed in the Memorial Tower at Meherabad. And it is not indeed their love or the selfish work towards Baba, it is indeed Baba's reflection of love towards Andhrites. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
So you have now heard shortly about what work Baba did and what connection Andhra and also Hamirpur had with Baba. సో అందుకని ఇదంతా ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఎందుకు చెప్పామంటే మిగిలిన వాళ్ళకి కావాలని, ఆంధ్ర మనందరికీ తెలిసిన విషయమే కనుక తెలుగులో చెప్పటం లేదు, రిపిటేషన్ కావద్దని. అందుకని అయితే ఇప్పుడు చూసిన దాంట్లో బాబా మరి మనకు ఆంధ్ర ఏరియాలో ప్రజా దర్శనాలు ఇచ్చి వేలకు వేల మంది బాబా దర్శనం చేసుకున్నారు. థౌజండ్స్ అండ్ థౌజండ్స్ హ్యాడ్ బాబాస్ దర్శన్ ఇన్ ఆంధ్ర. And he gave opportunity to celebrate his 60th birthday in Tadepelligudem. That was a boon granted by him for the Andhra area. And in Hyderabad, because Baba chose Hyderabad for his universal work. And it has two phases. One is Mast work and second is Manonash. These two, Hyderabad stands for his universal work on these two counts. So this Mast work, in 1945, Baba stayed for more than 6 months, and first he started with blue bus tours, and in 1945, those were days when Second World War was coming to an end, and Baba was staying there. And more paradoxical, and how significant it was, Baba was moving in a tanga with a mast, Nuruddin. He was a mental plane mast, and Baba was moving with him on 6th August 1945, you may remember. 6th August 1945, Hiroshima was bombed. And Baba was moving in Hyderabad on Banjara Hills Road with a mast, Nuruddin. And there was a humorous incident also. While Baba was going with him in Tanga, in Jubilee Hills area, this mast spotted a toddy shop there, Nuruddin. He was very fond of toddy. And he asked Baba, Baba, there is a toddy shop. I must now go and drink some toddy. Baba took him. Baba personally took him and had a service to him there of toddy. And how on one side he was supervising the Second World War. Bombing was going on in Hiroshima. On the other hand, Baba is sitting with a mast and also serves him toddy. What a leela, what a wonderful thing Baba has done. So, during that time, all the events, when Mandli and his close disciples, they watched, every movement of Baba and every contact of the mast, it resembled with the events in the Second World War. So, all of them, they once mentioned to Baba, Baba, what you did with mast, it was only to control and end the Second World War. Baba said First World War was controlled by Shirdi Sai Baba, and Second World War I controlled, Baba himself told. So when they mentioned it to Baba, Baba said, here this is about his universal work and about his work. We don't have any, even we cannot imagine what his work is. So Baba said, Baba indicated that his intensive work with mast during these years in Hyderabad and there, this was told by Baba in Hyderabad in 1945. During these years was connected with overseeing the war, but it would be foolish to presuppose that this was all that Baba was doing. He was not very much controlled about the world and world activities, worldly thing. It was secondary for him. His work was something else. Baba says, it is foolish to presuppose that it was all that what I was doing. The avatar's work is universal by nature and unimaginable in scope. The axiom of killing two birds with one stone is applicable to the avatar when multiplied ad infinitum, as one action done by him, the avatar, affects millions of others in creation. One action, Baba washed the feet of a poor, not to that one alone. Baba says, it has effect on millions of such people. That was his work. The quantum of his work, the scope of his work, Baba says, millions of others in creation. No doubt Baba's movements coincided with the developments in the war. That accepted, Baba accepted, no doubt it was there. But moreover, his fast, Baba says, no doubt Baba's movements coincided with the developments in the war, but moreover, his fast, Baba is summing up all his work, fasts, journeys, and working with the mass, all had unseen and unknown consequences, primarily dealing with raising the consciousness of humanity and turning world toward God. Baba used to say, enough has been done to make man food-minded. Now it is time that he should be made God-minded. So Baba says his work was that, to make man God-minded. For that purpose, Baba has did so much of work. He took so much of suffering on himself to raise the consciousness of not one or two, total. He has done for all. We have to see how it manifests. So that was his work, Baba said. And turning towards God and raising the consciousness, as Baba said in 1945, he did further step, Manonash, in 1951. All these, our consciousness is around the world and worldly possessions and riches. And this is because of our lowest consciousness. So he wants to raise it. That is because of the mind. And Baba has done Manonash work 8 days in seclusion in Hyderabad, Khojaguda Hill. And he has done that also on total level by annihilating the mind, which is the reason for the lowest consciousness and food-mindedness. So he wanted to change both to the higher consciousness and also God-mindedness. So these two Baba has done. And one more bit, I will take 1 minute. About mast work also, because Baba did lot of work in mast work in Hyderabad. So he came when independence was granted to India. He was in Hyderabad, Jahirabad area, contacting mast. And in 1949, after independence, Baba came. 56 last, that to honor his promise to Daulat Singh, the hero of New Life. Baba came, Daulat Singh was then residing in Mudford area in Secunderabad. Baba came to his house and gave darshan in his house. So in 1949 also Baba came, and his work had so much of burden on himself. As soon as he came to Hyderabad, he said, now I have to lessen my burden. I am overburdened with my work. For that purpose, I need a 6th plane mast. So then Sayyid Moinuddin was chargeman of Hyderabad, 6th plane mast. Baba sent Baidul to him. He refused. No, I don't want to meet Baba. Then Baba was searching for another mast. Somebody told about Anand Swami and Shastri Buva. They both were there in Kachiguda area near Koti Center. That they both were there. So while going, Baba cited this mast, Anand Swami. He contacted him. Then Shastri Buva. This Anand Swami, he used to sit under a tap and he used to fill a pot and then throw it and fill again, throw it. Their actions will be very astonishing. So here, Baba, after contacting these two months, Baba said, oh, now I am relieved of my burden. So why Baba contacted Mas? These two instances from Hyderabad, I wanted to quote and tell you. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Now I will call Mallika and Party And group, all the group, please come. This will be the concluding song in Telugu, and that will be
Mehernosh Mehta, if he's here, please come for the Bombay presentation. And Mrs. Narli Mathur, please come here. After Bombay presentation, Delhi presentation will be there. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। प्रेम अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। मौन अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा, अवतार मेहर बाबा,
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 मम करुणिंचवया, मम करुणिंचवया,
मम करुणिंचवया, मम करुणिंचवया।
अवतार मेहर बाबा, अवतार मेहर बाबा,
अवतार मेहर बाबा, अवतार मेहर बाबा।
जगति जागृति चेया అవతరించితివయ్యా,
జగతి జాగృతి చేయ అవతరించితివయ్యా,
జగతి జాగృతి చేయ అవతరించితివయ్యా,
జగతి జాగృతి చేయ అవతరించితివయ్యా,
జ్ఞానముపదేశింప జగద్సద్గురు నీవే,
జ్ఞానముపదేశింప జగద్సద్గురు నీవే,
దినజన పోషక భక్త జన రక్షక,
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 మము కరుణించవయ్యా, మము కరుణించవయ్యా,
మము కరుణించవయ్యా, మము కరుణించవయ్యా।
अवतार मेहर बाबा, अवतार मेहर बाबा,
अवतार मेहर बाबा, अवतार मेहर बाबा,
देश देशाలలో నీదు మహిమలు చూపి,
దేశ దేశాలలో నీదు మహిమలు చూపి,
మస్తులందరిలో చైతన్యులుగా చేసితివా,
మస్తులందరినో చైతన్యులుగా చేసిదివా,
అవతార్ పురుష అభయము సంగవా,
అవతార్ పురుష అభయము సంగవా,
మము కరుణించవయ్యా, మము కరుణించవయ్యా,
మము కరుణించవయ్యా, మము కరుణించవయ్యా।
కరుణించవయ్యా
మము కరుణించవయ్యా మము కరుణించవయ్యా
మౌనవ్రతమును భూని భక్త హృదయాలలో
మౌనవ్రతమును భూని భక్త హృదయాలలో
మౌనవ్రతమును భూని భక్త హృదయాలలో
మౌనవ్రతమును భూని భక్త హృదయాలలో
ప్రేమ బీజాలు నాటిన ఓ ప్రేమ పిత
ప్రేమ బీజాలు నాటిన ఓ ప్రేమ పిత
నిత్యము నిన్ను తలచే భక్తులతో సరిగా
నిత్యము నిన్ను తలచే భక్తులతో సరిగా
మముకుడ భూమయ అల్పుల మంటిమయ
మముకుడ బ్రోమయ అల్పుల మంటిమయ అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా
అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా
అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా అవతార్ మెహర్ బాబా
మము కరుణించవయ మము కరుణించవయ
మము కరుణించవయ్యా మము కరుణించవయ్యా
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. We thank and we are grateful to Avatar Meher Baba PPC Trust and Library Committee to have given us the opportunity, and also for all of you who have joined us to hear and share the Baba's work in Hyderabad and Andhra. Jai Baba. Thank you. Jai Baba.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Now we have a presentation from Bombay Center, and probably no anchor is here, but we will have serial number 7. The projector team may kindly have serial number 7, that is Bombay's short video we can have here. And then after that, we have Delhi Center, and Mrs. Nalini Mathur is here. She will anchor the program, Delhi Center. Bombay Center is serial number 7.
दौलत, क्या आप अपनी बेटी फ्रेनी की शादी गुलमाई के बेटे रुस्तम से करने के लिए तैयार हैं?
जी बाबा, मैं तैयार हूँ।
दौलत, क्या आप अपनी बेटी फ्रेनी की शादी गुलमाई के बेटे रुस्तम से करने के लिए तैयार हैं?
जी बाबा, मैं तैयार हूँ। खुश थे।
गुलमाई, आप खुश तो है ना?
जी बाबा, बाद में रुस्तम और फ्रेनी भी इस शादी के लिए बहुत खुश थे।
रुस्तम की शादी के बाद मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं कुछ समय के लिए किसी गांव में चला जाऊँ।
बाबा, अहमदनगर के बाहर आरन गांव में हमारी प्रॉपर्टी है, आप वहीं रहने क्यों नहीं आ जाते?
तुम ऐसा क्यों कह रही हो?
बाबा, एक लोकल संत गिलोरी शाह ने पहले से ही आपके वहाँ आने के बारे में बता दिया था।
क्या? ये आप क्या कह रही है? आपके कहने का मतलब मैं नहीं समझा।
बाबा, आरन गांव के पास मिलिट्री बैरक्स थे, मेरे पति कैकुशरू वहाँ लाइट सप्लाई करते थे। पहले विश्व युद्ध के बाद किसी तरह उन्होंने वहाँ की जायदाद खरीद ली।
अच्छा, फिर?
बाबा वो मुस्लिम संत गिलोरी शाह अहमदनगर में रहते थे और हमारे घर खाना खाने आते थे। वो हमसे अपने रहने के लिए उस जमीन को मांग रहे थे, पर वो जगह दूर थी। लेकिन फिर कुछ ऐसा हो गया कि हमने वो जगह उन्हें रहने के लिए दे दी। पर बाबा जैसे ही वो वहाँ आए, उन्होंने एक जगह छांट कर कहा, यहाँ मेरी कब्र बनवा देना। हम लोग चकित रह गए। फिर उन्होंने बताया, तुम लोग बच्चों की तरह हो, कुछ नहीं जानते। थोड़े ही समय में ये जगह एक तीर्थ स्थान बन जाएगी। एक महान यहाँ आने वाला है।
अच्छा।
जी बाबा। और उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि एक दिन ये जगह पूरी दुनिया के लोगों से संबंध रखेगी। केवल तभी तुम समझ पाओगी कि मैं यहाँ क्यों दफन हुआ। फिर उन्होंने कहा, मुझे यहीं दफना देना, और कहा कि जल्दी ही मेहर बाबा यहाँ आएंगे। उनके आने से पहले यहाँ मेरी कब्र बनवा देना। मेरे मुस्लिम होने के बावजूद यहाँ कोई जातिवाद नहीं होगा। बाबा जैसा हुआ मैं आपको वैसा ही बता रही हूँ।
गुलमा, इस बात से मैं बहुत खुश हुआ हूँ।
बाबा फिर आप आरंगांव कब आ रहे?
मैं आ सकता हूँ और नहीं भी आ सकता।
बाबा आपको आना ही होगा।
देखेंगे, हम देखेंगे। तब तक आप गिलोरी शाह की समाधि वहाँ पर बनवा दीजिए।
जी बाबा।
मेहर बाबा के कार्य का ये बाहरी रूप था। आंतरिक कार्य तो लगातार चलता रहता था। कोई नहीं जानता था कि मंजिल में रहते हुए वो अपने अगले धाम का बेस तैयार कर रहे थे। कौन जानता है अवतार के सांसारिक कार्यकलाप के साथ क्या इम्पैक्ट है। ये अक्षरशः सच है कि उनकी मर्जी के बिना कुछ नहीं होता।
उपासनी महाराज ने अपने 3 खास शिष्यों यशवंत राव, गोपाल राव और त्र्यंबक राव को मेहर बाबा को उनके साथ ही साकोरी आने के लिए भेजा। बाबा ने किसी भी हालत में वहां जाने से मना कर दिया। ये दोनों गुरुओं की अदृश्य टग ऑफ वॉर थी, मगर ये मेहर बाबा के अवतारत्व को दुनिया के सामने स्थापित करने का आध्यात्मिक कार्य भी था। मगर फिर भी बाबा साकोरी बाद में गए, जहां उनकी भेंट मेहरा से हुई। गुलमाई ने फिर से बाबा को आरणगांव आने के लिए रिक्वेस्ट की, जो बाबा ने मान ली।
तुम सब लोग कैसे हो? उस्ताद जी, सब काम ठीक से चल रहा है ना?
जी बाबा, सब ठीक है।
अब तुम सब लोग मेरी बात ध्यान से सुनो। मैं तुम सभी से बहुत खुश हूँ। मेरी मर्जी के मुताबिक ही तुमने सब कुछ सहा है। सबने मेरी आज्ञा का पालन बखूबी किया है। मैं बहुत खुश हूँ। अब हमारा मंजिल का वास खत्म हो रहा है। अरे तुम लोग परेशान मत हो। मैं तो हर वक्त हर घड़ी ही तुम्हारे साथ हूँ। तुम तो मेरे कार्य की कड़ी हो। तुम चाहे मेरे पास हो या दूर, हर समय मुझ में ही समाये रहते हो। तुम चाहे अच्छे कर्म करो या बुरे करो, दोनों ही संस्कार में बांधते हैं। एक सोने की सांकल है तो दूसरी लोहे की। ये सारे कर्म बंधन ही हैं। ये सांकलें मोह की ही हैं। हमारे सोचने व कर्मों दोनों से ही सदा संस्कार होते हैं। यही तो भास को पालने के लिए आहार देते हैं। तुमको इन अच्छे बुरे संस्कारों से मुक्त होना है। तुम मेरे आधार से बिल्कुल मुक्त हो जाओगे। जो मैं कहूं वही करो, मेरा विचार करो, तुम इन बंधनों से मुक्त होकर भवपार हो जाओगे। सुनो, कुछ ही दिनों में मंजिल मीम खत्म हो जाएगी। मैं अहमदनगर में आरणगांव में रहूंगा। मैं वहां एक अलग ही तरीके से रहूंगा। केवल कुछ आदमी ही मेरे साथ रहेंगे। उनको बहुत ज्यादा कठिनाइयों का सामना करना पड़ेगा। आरणगांव की जिंदगी यहाँ की जिंदगी से बिल्कुल उल्टी होगी। जो भी मेरे साथ रहेंगे उनको कूलियों की तरह काम करना पड़ेगा।
तब तो बाबा आपको आरणगांव की जगह वहां का नाम हैरान गांव रखना चाहिए, एक कठिनाइयों का गांव।
बाकी लोगों को अपने घर वापस जाना होगा, मगर मेरा संबंध उनसे पहले जैसा ही रहेगा। भविष्य में मैं उन्हें कभी भी बुला सकता हूँ, मगर मेरे बनाए हुए नियमों में से कुछ का पालन उन्हें अपने घर पर भी करना पड़ेगा।
जी बाबा, मंजिल में रहकर ही सबको मंजिल का भान हुआ और प्रिय के हुक्मों को ही मानना उनका धर्म हो गया।
प्रभु अब आ पहुंचे मेहराबाद, यहाँ कार्य जो हुआ सदा रहेगा याद। मेहर प्रभु ने यहाँ आकर पीड़ा का भोग शुरू मेहराबाद में किया घमेला योग। काम सारा करना था अपने ही उनको हाथ से, वे कुली भी और बड़ई भी और थवई हर बात से। खुद परस्ती को मिटाने के लिए ये योग था, भाग्य से सबको मिला कितना परम संयोग था।
Was here. On behalf of Avatar Meher Baba Center, Delhi, I have the privilege and honor to share with you, all of you, a wonderful visual representation of beloved Baba's first public darshan in 1952 and insightful messages including God and the universe, soldiers of God, rituals and ceremonies, spiritual freedom. The purpose of life is to realize oneness with the infinite divine love given by Him to all present in different parts of Delhi. Thank you, beloved Baba, for this blessed opportunity. Jai Meher Baba. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। सभी बाबा प्रेमियों को सप्रेम जय बाबा। ये मेरे लिए अत्यंत सौभाग्य की बात है कि आज मुझे अवतार मेहर बाबा केंद्र दिल्ली की ओर से आप सबके साथ एक बहुत ही सुंदर प्रस्तुतिकरण साझा करने का अवसर प्राप्त हो रहा है। प्रियतम बाबा के पहले सार्वजनिक दर्शन से संबंधित है, जो वर्ष 1952 में दिल्ली शहर में प्रियतम बाबा के ने दिया था। इस प्रस्तुतिकरण में कुछ ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण संदेश शामिल हैं जो प्रियतम बाबा ने दिल्ली के भिन्न भिन्न भागों में हुए उनके दर्शन कार्यक्रमों के दौरान अपने प्रेमियों को दिए। उनमें से कुछ संदेश हैं: कर्मकांड और अनुष्ठान, ईश्वर और ब्रह्मांड, ईश्वर के सिपाही व आध्यात्मिक स्वतंत्रता। जीवन का अंतिम लक्ष्य उस अनंत असीम सत्ता के साथ एक होने की अनुभूति होना। प्रियतम बाबा को अनेकों अनेक धन्यवाद कि उन्होंने आज हमें यहाँ उपस्थित होने का अवसर दिया। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
In 1952, November 30th and December 1st were scheduled for public darshan at 10 Tagore Road, New Delhi. A big shamiana was erected outside Mr. Harjivan's residence. Baba's devotees in Delhi and people in general availed themselves of this opportunity to be in Baba's sehwas in the mornings and in the evenings. During these gatherings, the following two messages from Avatar Meher Baba were given to the public. First message, titled Rituals and Ceremonies.
अभंगामी नुकताच तयार केला पांडुरंग जागृती
The diverse rituals and ceremonies of different religions and cults are intended to release divine love, but they mostly bind the soul to the repetitive mechanism of expressive forms. Attachment to the rigid forms of external expressions of love to God not only limits the love itself, but creates separative divisions between one religion and another. Therefore, the rituals and ceremonies often bind the soul to ignorance and illusory separateness and become an obstacle to real illumination. The true spiritual aspirant is therefore more keen about the inner life. Inner life is based on love for God, and it is this love that annihilates all desires, keeping in only one desire and longing, that of union with beloved God.
तुझे पायी सुख सर्व आहे तुझे पायी सुख सर्व आहे.
He has no obsessions for expressing his reverence in any set forms. Such obsessions twist the real life. free soul is never entangled in any of these inessentials and never allows itself to be overpowered by the separative tendencies released by attachment to rituals and ceremonies.
छे 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 धनी साहब, त्या तुकारामानं लई लोकांना याड लावली धनी. तो टाळ कुट्या भजन करीत बसला की लोक तिथं जमत्या ती.
Second message, titled God and the Universe.
जणू गंगाचा जळ तस केलं म्या निर्मळ तस केलं म्या निर्मळ घर माझ
Ordinary persons are caught up in the universe and its allurements, but the entire universe is nothing but a shadow of God or truth.
तिथं झालं तर घर तुमचं आहे, नाहीतर घर इकून शान 2 खंडी दाण्याची भरपाई करायला हवी असं लिहिलंय यामध्ये. है ना हो, असंच लिहिलंय ना याच्या. मग हाय कबूल. चूक झाली माझ्या हातून, मग घरातच आहे.
The masters are always immersed in the joy of union with God and can never be caught up in the mazes of the illusory universe. Just as ordinarily we do not pay any attention to shadows, so the masters do not pay any attention to the universe except to divert the attention of humanity from the shadows to the substance.
आम्ही जातो आमच्या गावा, आमचा राम राम जावा, राम राम जावा, आमचा राम राम जावा. आम्ही जातो आमच्या गावा, आमचा राम राम जावा, राम राम जावा, आमचा राम राम जावा. तुमची आमची हेची भेटी येथून या जन्मती, येथून या जन्मती, येथून या जन्मती. आता असो द्यावी दया तुमच्या, लागत से पाया, लागत से पाया तुमच्या, लागत से पाया. येतानी येतानी कोणी.
In 1952, on December 2nd, a public darshan program was organized at Camp College, Delhi. Dr. Niranjan Singh, who was the principal of Camp College, requested Baba to grace the college with his presence and to bless the students. Baba consented to visit Camp College on December 2nd at 6 p.m. Baba's visit to Camp College was made known to the public through a special notice. Gathering numbered more than 2,000 people. The following 2 messages from Baba were given to the students. First message, titled Soldiers of God. Let us become the soldiers of God. Let us struggle for the truth. Let us live not for our own selves, but for others. Let us speak truly, think truly, and act truly. Let us be honest as God is infinite honesty. Let us return love for hatred and win over others to God. Let the world know that above everything, the most dear to our hearts is God, the supreme reality. I give you my blessings for the attainment of this truth. Second message titled Spiritual Freedom. India has gained its national freedom. Let us now try to gain our spiritual freedom, beside which every other kind of freedom is a binding. Spiritual freedom is marked by the bindings of lust, power, greed, anger, hatred, jealousy, and low desires. When the prison of these bindings is torn asunder, the heritage of freedom, which is born of infinite power, wisdom, peace, love, and bliss, is gained. To attain this freedom, we must realize God, who is the source of freedom. To realize God, we must love Him, losing ourselves in His infinite self. We can love God through intense longing for union with Him. We can love God by surrendering to the Sadguru, who is God's personal manifestation. We can also love God by loving our fellow men, by giving them happiness at the cost of our own happiness, by rendering them service at the sacrifice of our own interest, and by dedicating our lives at the altar of selfless work for the downtrodden. When we love God intensely through any of these channels, we finally know Him to be our own self. The purpose of life is to realize God within ourselves. This can be done even while attending to our worldly duties, in everyday walks of life, and amidst intense activities. We should feel detached and dedicate our doings to our beloved God. Enough has been done to make people food-minded. They must now be made God-minded. The downtrodden and the poor must be made to understand that from the spiritual point of view, their misfortunes and miseries could be made weapons for the struggle for truth. They should feel that these miseries can be counted as gifts from God, and if faced bravely and cheerfully, can become the gateway of eternal happiness. I give my love and blessings to one and all for the understanding of the one infinite God residing equally within us all, and beside whom everything else is false and illusory. After the reading of these messages, Baba addressed the assembly of pupils. I feel both one with you as well as one of you. The purpose of my coming here will be served if you try to follow the two messages that have been read out to you. At the close of the program, the Silent One stood up and blessed the students. His blessings were received in total silence. In 1952, on December 3rd, in the morning, a public darshan was arranged at Rajendra Nagar, Delhi, which was then one of the colonies for the refugees who had come to India after its partition in 1947. Here Sant Kirpal of Ruhani Satsang welcomed Baba and introduced some of his followers to him. In the evening, Meherabad visited Delhi University, the Arts Faculty building. This meeting was attended by several distinguished foreigners, including Americans and Chinese, among others. Baba dictated the following message from his voice, which was read out on his behalf. The purpose of life is to realize oneness with the infinite. That can be achieved through love for God. Infinite love makes us true to ourselves and to others. It makes us love honestly, comprehending that God Himself is infinite honesty. Divine love is the solution to all our difficulties. It frees us from all cares and worries. It makes us speak truly, think truly, and act truly. Divine love purifies one's heart. I give you my love and blessing. That night, Baba Lalu gathered at the railway station to give Baba a hearty send-off. The train, the Pathankot Express, left Delhi at 10 p.m.
है मेहराबाद, 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 है मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद। इसकी कण कण में है सिमटी, इसकी कण कण में है सिमटी मेहराबाद, मेहराबाद, है मेहराबाद, मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद। इसकी कण कण में है सिमटी, इसकी कण कण में है सिमटी मेहर प्रभु की याद। मेहराबाद, मेहराबाद, मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद। शानो शौकत दुनिया चाहे, हमको भाए तेरी सादगी। शानो शौकत दुनिया चाहे, हमको भाए तेरी सादगी। आज्ञा पालन प्रेम है सीखा, साची क्या है मुरीदगी। आज्ञा पालन प्रेम है सीखा, साची क्या है मुरीदगी। शरीयत की दीवारें तोड़ी, धर्मों के फौलाद। मेहराबाद, मेहराबाद, मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद। को पथगामी बना के दैवी कार्य के सिद्ध किया। तो को पथगामी बना के दैवी कार्य के सिद्ध किया। शिक्षा अद्भुत बच्चे पाए, प्रेम ने जिनको प्रबुद्ध किया। शिक्षा अद्भुत बच्चे पाए, प्रेम ने जिनको प्रबुद्ध किया। धुई जलती आग बढ़ाए, मोहब्बत का उन्माद। मेहराबाद, मेहराबाद, है मेरी मेहराबाद, है मेरी मेहराबाद। मेहराबाद। ईश पुरुष की है ये समाधि, प्यार यहाँ पे नहीं बिकता। ईश पुरुष की है ये समाधि, प्यार यहाँ पे नहीं बिकता। की लगन जब मन में न हो तो शीश सही नहीं झुकता। नेकी लगन जब मन में नहीं हो तो शीश सही नहीं झुकता। प्रशांत मेहर में हो जा हेत जीवन का साथ। मेहराबाद मेहराबाद है मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद। मेहराबाद मेहराबाद है मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद, है मेहर की मेहराबाद।
जय बाबा। थैंक यू सो मच प्रताप जी, आपने अपने पुराने दिन बाबा के सामने की फिर से सबको याद दिला दिए। अभी हमारे बीच में वार्ड पार्क और टेड जैक्सन आ रहे हैं, और उसके बाद जो तेलुगु ग्रुप है जिसका सॉन्ग है वो भी यहाँ पर स्टेज में आ जाएं ताकि समय नहीं जाए। अभी अंतिम आपका जो तेलुगु ग्रुप सॉन्ग है उसके साथ इस सुबह की सभा समाप्त होगी। द मॉर्निंग सेशन वुड एंड विद द तेलुगु सॉन्ग। बिफोर दैट वी हैव टेड जैक्सन एंड वार्ड पार्क्स।
दीपक बस म्हणावं या या असू दे दीपक.
कॅनडा आफ्टर
तेलुगु ग्रुप वहाँ भेज दीजिए.
scent of his name wonderfully sweet entices me on the way to his feet.
The scent of his name wonderfully sweet entices me on the way to his feet. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba. Those who have mingled in the dust at his door to leave his presence desire nevermore. Those who have mingled in the dust at his door to leave his presence desire nevermore. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba.
And when the veil is lifted, what will they sing? Glory to Meher, our friend and our king.
And when the veil is lifted, what will they sing? Glory to Meher, our friend and our king. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba. The fair fruit on the creation tree, he is my true love is he. The fairest fruit upon the creation tree, he is my true love is he. Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba ki jai.
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Telugu group, please. Yeah.
जय बाबा। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। जय बाबा। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। ఎన్ని జన్మల నుండి ఏర్పడిన బంధమో ఈ జన్మలో నిన్ను తలచుచుంటి నీ ప్రేమ దాహాన నిలచియున్నామయ్య దాహార్తి తీర్చి మము దరిచేర్చు మెహరు దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా పరి పరి విధముల ప్రార్థన చేతుము 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 పాప వినాశక పావన చరిత పాప వినాశక పావన చరిత దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా ప్రేమను పంచే పెన్నిది నీవే ప్రేమను పంచే పెన్నిది నీవే ప్రేమను పంచే పెన్నిది నీవే ప్రేమను పంచే పెన్నిది నీవే విడువము నీ కొంగు మరువము నామం విడువము నీ కొంగు మరువము నామం దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా మెహరే ప్రాణము మెహరే ధ్యానము మెహరే ప్రాణము మెహరే ధ్యానము మెహరే ప్రాణము మెహరే ధ్యానము మెహరే ప్రాణము మెహరే ధ్యానము నిరతము తలతుము నీ పదయుగలం నిరతము తలతుము నీ పదయుగలం దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా మానవ రూప మౌనావతారా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా దర్శనమియరా దయా సాగరా अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय
थैंक यू सो मच। जय बाबा। अभी हमारा सुबह का कार्यक्रम समाप्त हुआ और जैसा आपको बतलाया गया कि आप आज 4 बजे आने की कृपा करें, तो जो अभी के प्रोग्राम रह गए हैं वो 4 बजे दिखलाए जाएंगे, शो किए जाएंगे। और अभी कार्यक्रम समाप्त होता है। आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और बाबा ने बोला है कि मैं सब कुछ तुमको दे सकता हूँ मगर समय नहीं दे सकता। तो बाबा इज़ वेरी टाइट विद टाइम, और इसलिए हम लोगों को बीच बीच में सब बंद करना पड़ता है और बहुत से लोगों को दुखी करना पड़ता है। तो कृपया आप माफ़ करें, हम लोगों के हाथ में समय नहीं है। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। सबको धन्यवाद।